So you want another hypnosis? I'll give you another hypnosis. And it's okay with me. I just love doing it. I know it works. And by the way, I was voted best hypnotherapist in the Bay Area in 2010. So, because people are always struggling to lose weight, even when I say it's okay to feel good about yourself, even if you want to lose weight, everybody in the end say, okay, whatever, I feel great, but I will feel better if I lose weight. I don't agree. You see, Queen Latifah, I just love her. She's overweight, but she's an example to people because she just doesn't care, and that's great. Anyway, but you do want to lose weight because you want to be healthy, because you want to, whatever your reasons are. And, you know, anyway, we're bombarded by advertising saying, either you're skinny or you're nobody. And you know, the truth is that that's not truth. But we have been fed with that information all our lives. So if you want to lose weight, I'm going to give you a hypnosis to help you lose weight. And it's very, very effective. But before I do the hypnosis for you, I had to talk to you a little bit about being skinny, about being overweight. Because there are two types of being overweight. People tend to overeat for two reasons. Reason number one, if the reason you overeat is because you're bored, because that's a bad habit, because your parents trained you to clean your plate, that's an easy way. It's easier to lose weight. But for example, if you were subject to a lot of abuse all over your life, and you use food for soothing yourself, then we don't not only have to work with your eating habits, but we also have to work with your emotional situation. For example, people who tend to feel guilty for any reason, sometimes they tend to overeat because they want to punish themselves. And that is in a subconscious level. So if that happens to you, don't feel bad. That's just the way your body or your mind is reacting. Our minds are very complex. They're very unique. It's very interesting the way our minds try to protect us. So for example, if you do something bad and then you overeat because you feel guilty, it probably is because your mind thinks that if you overeat and you change the way you look, then you will not do that thing that you did in the first place that made you overeat. So it's kind of protecting you. My point is here, don't feel bad if you weigh 100 pounds or if you weigh 1,000 pounds. Don't feel bad. If you have the goal of losing weight, it's okay. Step number one, if you want to lose weight, you have to think like skinny people think. Because if you always think as an overweight person, then in a subconscious level nothing will change. So if your body is skinny but you still feel overweight, before you know it, you're overweight. Have you seen those people that are skinny and then you see them 6 months later and then they're overweight, like big time, and then you see them 6 months later and they're skinny again, and then you see them 6 months later and then they're obese again, and then 6 months later you go to their funeral because just their body couldn't take that. In order for you to lose weight, you have to think like skinny people do. And you have to trick your mind into feeling as if you were skinny. But then you can argue with me. You know, we all have this little voice inside of our heads who love to argue. So I know your little voice inside of your head is telling me, what? How on earth can I think I'm skinny when I've been overweight for the last 30 years? Okay, the way to trick your mind into thinking that you want to be a skinny woman or man is this. What happens to skinny people? People who suffer from losing weight, from shedding pounds, instead of from gaining pounds. People who tend to lose weight out of the blue are people who sometimes dress up in the morning and the pants that were size 6. Now they're too big. So usually skinny people wear clothing that are a little bigger. Overweight people, on the other hand, they do the opposite. When you're size 12, you try to fit yourself so hard into your size 10 pants. So you remind yourself all day long how fat you are, so when eating time comes, you don't eat as much. That doesn't work, because you're telling yourself by wearing tight pants, oh my gosh, I'm getting fat, I'm getting fat, I'm getting fat, I'm getting fat, I'm getting fat. And when you have a plate of food in front of you because you're fat and because you think you're fat, then you overeat because you're following an order. The order says, you are fat, behave like a fat woman, therefore you must overeat. But let's trick your mind. Wear bigger pants. And when you feel your pants a little uncomfortable because they're loose, then you say to yourself, even when it's a lie, it's okay to lie to your subconscious mind in order for you to achieve a healthy and positive goal. You say to yourself, oh my gosh, I think I'm losing weight again. You have to say the word again. I think I'm losing weight again. My pants are big. Again. So go ahead, get yourself a pair of pants that are 1 or 2 sizes bigger than what you are right now, and then you deceive your mind that you're actually losing weight. Too easy? Too easy for you? Too good to be true? You know what? All the skinny people I know, I ask them, do you find it hard to be skinny? And people say, no, I don't even think about it. And overweight people are always thinking about it. They're always thinking on diet things, diet, bars, slim fast, counting calories. Overweight people do that, and skinny people don't care because they're not emotionally attached to food. So trick number 1, step number 1, I have to give you first some ideas, and then I'll do the hypnosis. But first, you need to start thinking the same way a skinny person thinks. So step number 1, get bigger pants. Step number 2, forget about those diet things, counting calorie things. I think that's a little too much. And people come to my practice and they say, well, if I don't count calories, how on earth can I be in shape? Well, I'm going to ask you something. Do birds count calories? Do whales count calories? Dolphins, cows, tigers, lions, snakes. There's no animal on earth that counts calories. There's no animal on earth that is overweight. Just human beings or domestic animals. Because instead of giving the poor little dog the food the little dog is supposed to eat, we give them chocolate cake and ham, and then we expect the poor dog to be healthy. Anyway, for me, counting calories is not worth it. Doesn't work. It's like a pain. Do you know what? Air, oxygen, is actually more important than calories, than food. How long can you stay alive without taking oxygen? How long can you stay alive without food. So if you think it that way, you can stay alive longer without food than without air, without oxygen. Why can't you count every breath you take per day and then do the math just the same way you do it with your calories and say, hey, today I took 2,400 breaths. Out of those 2,400 breaths I took 1,000 millimeters or milliliters or whatever, cubic, whatever, of oxygen. If we are obsessed with counting things that are helpful for us, why don't we count the oxygen we breathe? You know why? Because it's unnatural. If you breathe too much, you hyperventilate. If you breathe too little, then your heart starts beating faster. So your body has a way to regulate. Geez, I'm running out of time. I'll make a second part, I guess. So I'll keep on talking about weight. So I want you to lose weight, and I'm going to give you a very, very nice hypnosis video here on YouTube so you can lose all the weight you want, okay?